Good morning and welcome to 7 at 7 from the Economic Times podcasts, your daily financial news capsule to get you clued in for the day. I'm your host Anirban Chaudhary. Starting with the global markets, hopes for a Fed rate cut in September are getting progressively higher. The latest indicators are the minutes of a recent meeting of the Reserve officials released on Wednesday. They showed that a vast majority of policymakers said that if, quote, numbers continue to come in about as expected, it would likely be appropriate to ease policy at the next meeting. Remember, rates have been at a 25-year high of 5.3%, and an ease would mean lower loan and mortgage rates and a cascading effect on banking and financial systems across the world. All eyes are now on Fed Chair Jerome Powell's Friday speech for clues. The US job market just took a hit with a massive revision, revealing 818,000 fewer jobs than previously reported. This was according to data revealed by the country's Bureau of Labor Statistics, and it marks the biggest adjustment since 2009. Remember, that was the last year of the Great Recession. This revision points to a slowdown in job growth, especially in industries like healthcare and leisure. And this could reinforce the belief that a rate cut is an absolute must. In India, foreign portfolio investors or FPIs pulled out $1.8 billion from financial stocks in early August due to fears of a US recession and other economic concerns such as muted earnings growth amongst Indian companies. This led to a significant drop in stock market indices. Meanwhile, FPIs shifted their investments to safer sectors like healthcare and FMCG. That's enough bleak developments for an early morning news bulletin. Here's a stunner from the world of Indian aviation. ET learns that Akasa Air, one of the country's youngest carriers, may be getting an investment of $125 million for a significant minority stake to some marquee investors. We are talking about a consortium led by Azim Premji's PE fund and Claypond Capital, family offices of Premji and Manipal Group's Ranjan Pai. The investment would value the airline at $350 million, which is 10 times of its initial valuation. Akasa hasn't commented on this, but remember, its CEO Vinay Dubey recently told the Morning Brief that the airline will be profitable in 3 years and is planning an IPO in 4. Okay, here's an interesting development that shows Indian lawmakers may not be as closed to Chinese businesses as they have been in the last few years. An Indian interministerial panel has approved 5 to 6 investment proposals in the country's electronics manufacturing sector. These include companies such as Lakshare, a Chinese firm that supplies to Apple, and a joint venture between Micromax and Chinese Huaqin Technology. What next? A green light for EV makers such as BYD to expand their businesses here? Well, let's wait. Now, call it irony, damage control, or a carrot and stick policy, but Nirmala Sitharaman Wednesday said that tax enforcement measures should be the last resort used by tax officials. At an event, she said that they should use their powers judiciously so that taxpayers and businesses are not harassed. Well then, what about the massive GST notices that companies from almost every sector in India have been getting in the last few months? Go figure. You know which other companies the government is pretty harsh on? E-commerce firms, especially Amazon. Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal said that Amazon's billion-dollar investment in India is aimed at offsetting its own losses rather than genuinely supporting the Indian economy. He also spoke about the negative effect overall e-commerce businesses have had on more than 100 million small retailers in the country. Are predatory pricing policies good for the country? I don't see it as a matter of pride that half our market could be driven by e-commerce 10 years from now. It's a matter of concern. Not my words, Mr. Goyal's. Well, that's your 7 pieces of news for the day. Remember to pick up a copy of the Economic Times and log into the ET website or app for more stories from the world of money and power. Keep listening and have a good day.